Morning all. Hope you're all well this morning. Well, you're probably not that well, but health-wise, let's say it like that. Another disaster of a performance last night. We'll get into it, but to be a Spurs fan at the moment. Shocking. I'm in a bit of. I'm still didn't sleep very well last night. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not going to lie. It was playing on my mind. I've sat here for best part of 4 hours last night watching that and commentating on it and trying to be a little bit positive before the game. It's just not working, is it? It's just not working. You know, Thomas Frank coming, it was shit. Igor, all right, he's only been here one game, but again last night it was rubbish, wasn't it? Apart from, I thought in the first half you could see that there was, you know, a bit. You say a bit of effort, that should be, a guarantee anyway. But it looked a bit better first half, even though Arsenal still had a load of chances and we didn't create fuck all. Excuse my French. It just looked like the effort was there. We come out second half and just folded, didn't we? Just didn't have it in us. And a lot of this is the problem that still goes on, that we're playing square pegs in round holes all the time. I know we've got a lot of injuries, so he's probably had to do that. You know, I'm not so sure if 3-5-2 was the way to go last night. To be fair, if you don't try, you don't know, do you? At the end of the day, you know, he's obviously, the boss has obviously got his ideas in his head how he wants to play or how he sees fit that he can get us out of trouble. And obviously he's not there yet. I don't want to say it, but I just think a lot of the players don't want to be here. Honestly, I really do. The effort, if that's the effort you give a manager in his first game, then I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Very disappointed. Again, everyone will have their different opinions that you've probably all watched the game and so on. It was just a mess, wasn't it? It was just a mess. And for me, Arsenal didn't even get out of second gear. Made a cup of tea this morning, by the way. Happy days. Oh, I've got to do the weather report as well. Hold on. Let me just do the weather report, get it out of the way. Hold on. Keep Sheriff happy. Let me have a look. Overcast, cloudy. No rain at the moment. And I think it's about 10 degrees outside, something like that. There you go. That's the weather report out of the way. So, listen, I don't know where we go from here, because I look at that last night and I think, well, we've got 11 games to play. And if we put in that type of performance against the Fulham, against the Palace, against an whoever, you're still going to struggle because we can't get the ball up the field. For whatever reason it is, just shit players, obviously, because at the end of the day, under lots of different managers, we've been trying, well, under Frank and under Igor yesterday, you know, I don't understand why they can't play football, apart from the fact that they're rubbish. Now, I'm not trumpet blowing here, right? Because I'm not in it for that. But I did say weeks ago we were in the shit. Everyone was, no, Cookie, you'll be all right. Don't worry, mate. You'll be all right. We ain't all right. Trust me, we're not all right. Like we've said before, if you want to be successful as a football team, you've got to be aligned all the way through the club. We're fractured and nearly broke. And not as in money, as in a club. people making decisions that they shouldn't be making, going over the top of other people's heads all the time, or twice at least. And something's got to be done, because we're going otherwise. We are going with performances like that. Them players had everything last night. Had a new manager bounce, right? They had, from what I've seen anyway, a very, very good crowd on their side last night, before the game, during the game. So I don't know what else anyone can do to lift the side, apart from the manager. It'd be the manager's job now to try and get another 5-10% out of some of these players to get a couple of results. I don't know how he's going to do that, because if they can't do it last night, when are they going to do it? It's I found it very strange last night that in a North London derby, we just petered out like we did. Don't get me wrong. I know there's, like, we spoke about it, the quality is in the side. You know, Arsenal are a much, 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 what's the word you would use? They've just been together for years. They've added to their squad. They've got a very good squad. And they just made it look easy. They made it look easy. You know, I watched Paulinho last night run from right back, the best part of 65, 70 yards, to go and close their goalkeeper down. I mean, and he was running past Spurs players as well to get there. So all to just go and shut Raya down. And that's just one silly example. One silly example. I don't know what we do to get out of this, people. I really don't. And I am, after watching that last night, I am really quite fearful, because I just don't know where these players are getting a performance from. I'm going to go to the chat anyway. Let's get in here, because there's a zillion messages in here this morning. A zillion. Well, you've all got something to say, which is good stuff. Hit that sub, hit that like for us, please. We're flying along. 25 to 900. See if you can get us there. And hit that like button. Usual thing, please. 50 likes. If we can get there today, that'll be great. Let's get on to the chat. Scott Colliver says, good morning, Mark and chat. Big up to you, Scott. He also says, Tudor thinks we have good players with bad habits. I disagree. We have poor players who are coached badly by Ange and Frank. There you go, Scott. Big up to you. John's in, morning cookie, and the sheriff, he says, up the Spurs. And what a shower of shit that was yesterday. He also says the players are the problem, not the managers. Been saying this for the last few years. Well, if different managers are coming in and they can't get a tune out of players, I know Thomas Frank was pragmatic. I get all that. Right, and Igor's only been here one game. But the problem is, again, last night, is that we're so deep in the game, when we do clear the ball up to a Solanke, a Moani, whoever is up there, yeah, we're still not getting the players up around the ball. We're asking that whoever's receiving that long ball to hold off 2 or 3 players for a fair while before players get there. And that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You know, they're professional football players. Surely they've got to work out. I'm not being funny, right? If you're on the training ground, you know you're struggling, right? So you stick Dom up on the halfway line in a training match, yeah, and practice as the ball gets cleared, yeah, and they'll have a couple of defenders on him in training, yeah, to get to him as quick as possible. For me, that means the midfield have got to be slightly further forward. The whole team's got to play just slightly further forward. But we're not controlling games, you see, at the moment. And that's another big problem. We're falling so deep and we're giving the ball to the other team that we're not controlling the game. We get deeper and deeper and deeper. And then when we do get the ball back, we just give it away again. And then it's bang, bang, it comes again. He said he was going to fix that because that's how he likes to play football. Get people around the ball.
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
No, you can shut up going off like that. Behave yourself. I'm talking to the telly, not you. But yeah, I'm a bit stumped at the moment, to be honest with you. Dom's here. Morning, Dom. Good morning, Mark. Fellow sufferer of Lewis Enix syndrome. Excuse me. I'm out today, so I'll catch your vlog later. I suggest watching Business of Sport. How has it come to this? Finances at Spurs. Yeah. Vinders is in. Serial Gooner. Big up to you, Vindaloo. Morning, mate. Don't let it get to you, he says. Just remind yourself you're a top six club and Arsenal are your rivals, even though it was 8-2 this season. I have faith in you. At least we know we're shit low, Vindaloo, don't we? Didn't really expect much else, to be honest with you. But, well, I did. But at least I said we'd score, and we did, even though you scored 4. And could have been 8 or 10. But there you go. In a bit to you, Vindaloo. Happy days, mate. Wembers, morning, boys, and all in the chat. As painful as yesterday was, I was strangely reassured by Eagles' post-game remarks. I liked his realisation of the situation we are in and calmness on how to change it. I think he's got a big job, Wembley, to change it. Let's hope he can. I'm not very hopeful at the moment because if that's what you get on a North London derby, after all the pump up that's come with it, do you know what I mean? All the pump up that's come with that game, new manager, beginning of the week, everyone was like, before Tudor came in, there's no way we do anything. Tudor come in, said a few nice words, whatever, but you've now just seen last night that it probably ain't the manager. There is a little bit on the managers. But this is what you get when you buy players for different managers and you're hoping that after it goes wrong, you get a manager in that can get something out of what you've got. And this is what comes of not building squads. Very unlucky with injuries. I'm not again, I will not say that injuries are, it's their fault for not building a squad, isn't it? But at the moment, we ain't even got, I don't think, 11 first team players that are fit to wear the Tottenham shirt. That's how hard I'm going in on it. There's a couple, yeah. There's a couple. We know that. There's 2 or 3 that you'd keep. There's a lot of very average players that just give you average and below average performances every week. Biggest defeat since 1978 at home for a North London derby. Someone just mentioned it to me at work. I thought you'd give some data for the stream. No worries, mate. Love you too. Piss off. Love you, Vinders. Just can't understand why for the last 2 seasons, Finn says, we've been incapable of passing the ball. It's the first thing you learn as a kid, and this team just can't do it. I don't understand. And I don't understand it either, mate. I don't understand it either. I ain't being funny. We used to get up on a Sunday morning after a night out on the piss and pass better than what this lot do. They're just not doing it. Nothing's going right at the moment, is it? It doesn't matter how you look at it. We're just an absolute mess all the way through the club. And I've got to tell you, I'm trying to keep the faith. I really am trying to keep the faith. Right. But I'm getting to the point where I'm just thinking, you know, what you see tells you everything. And Finn's knocked it on the head here with his comment. 2 seasons now in league terms, we've been like this. Why can we not pass the ball to each other? What happened? And you'll all laugh again. What happened to pass and move? Because we're passing static. Again, first half last night, I thought was a little bit better without doing anything on the front foot. But it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And that second half performance was not good enough by any stretch of the imagination. Big up to you, Finn. I apologise now if I don't get through all your messages. I will do my best to do so, but it's, the day after the game and I'm like this. Apologies to everyone. I will do my best to get through, even if I flick through them. Shem says, morning, gents. Hope you're both well today. Yeah, Mark's at work today, mate. Is all right. Is all right. Well, that was absolutely pathetic and showed us what we've become. A ragtag bunch of misfits. Great word, misfits, that just have no heart, no soul, and no love for the badge. Useless. Shem, I don't know what to say, mate. It was awful. It wasn't very. It was not good. Not good at all. And unfortunately, the outlook don't look good now, does it? We must remember, we all said as well, a lot of us, I said a draw, yeah, if we could get a draw. But a lot of people put us up for the defeat. Luckily for us, Forest losing and West Ham only getting a point. There's still a 4-point buffer to West Ham, so we've got a game. But what are we doing here? Talking about, West Ham. And it's all right. We've still got a buffer of a game with 11 to go. Must be fucking mental, mate. All of us. I don't even know what we're talking about here. It's madness, mate. Honestly, it's madness, people. I just don't get it. Big up to Dash. He popped on afterwards last night. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. All the way from India. Marianne says, good morning, Cookie, in the chat. This is what we have for the club's refusal to buy decent players. Refusal to get the right people in as director of football and CEO. Refusal to change all the money-making people that are upstairs on the board and get football people in. Anthony's in. Big up to Anthony. Hope you're well, mate. I ain't reading that out, mate. Sorry. Big up, Mark. That'll do. You can't push me too far this morning, Anthony. You won. That's enough for you, isn't it? Hey? He says, come on, you Gunners. Fair play to him. Mario's in. Good morning. Well, not sure it is a good morning, he says. We are in serious trouble. Yep. All the things we wanted to see, fight, desire, didn't get none of that. I fear we are going down now. Mario, I'll be honest with you. A few people have said to me, well, they didn't see it in the first half. I thought, it weren't great in the first half by any stretch. Perhaps it was because it was still 1-1 at half time. As I was commentating on it on the first half, I didn't think it was great by any stretch of the imagination. And Arsenal were much the better side in the first half. There's no doubt about that. But I just thought that, there was a bit of something there. What that bit of something was, I ain't got a Scooby, to be quite honest with you, at the moment now, and after seeing the second half. Because whatever he said at half time never worked, did it? Big up to you, Mario. Morning to you, Kate. Hope you're well. I hope you're well, girl. Lee's in. May the force be with you, Lee. Come on, you Spurs. And let's never forget here, I've got to say, as difficult as it is this morning and the outlook on the rest of the season. You know, however bad it is, right? Whatever these frauds are doing to break this club up, because I still believe they want rid of the football. You'll all laugh at me, right? You'll all like, oh, Mark, you're going too far. You're going too far. You heard it here first, right? I'm telling you now, they are trying to destroy this football club. Because if the football club ain't in there, right, and it got moved out for whatever reason or relegated or whatever, they're still going to fill up the stadium doing all the other shit they do and make their money out that way. I don't give a shit about the football, and they never have, and they never will. That's not what they're in it for. They're not in it for the football. That was just there at the time. It's all coming to, it's all working. It's all coming to fruition. The descaling of the football at the club. Yeah, it's a massive ground and it's the home of Tottenham Hotspur. But don't ever think that ENIC are not trying to dissolve this. Because they are. They are. I don't want to go on about them too much because, you know, again, that's another whole show. Again, we can go down that route again with ENIC. Because it's clear to me, yeah, that the people that are buying the footballers don't seem to have a Danny LaRue, what they're doing. And again, there are a few decent footballers at our club. There is. But you can't get by on a few. You can't get by on 2 or 3 and then chuck in a load of dross in there with it. And I don't want to sit here lambasting our players. That's the last thing I want to do. That's the last thing I want to do. But I will call it out when they're rubbish. And they were rubbish last night. Let's be fair. You know, it's not as if Arsenal really turned it on, is it? I've seen better Arsenal play better than that at Spurs, but they didn't need to. And they still battered us. Can't nearly put my glasses through my eyes then. I pressed that so hard. Big up to you, Lee. If we drop into that relegation zone, do we have the bottom? Well, this is my fear, Phil. This is my fear. It's not sort of being around it. It's once you get into that, what I call the one game zone. Have we got it? Have we got the bollocks? When you look at that last night, have we got the bollocks? They ain't got the bollocks. They ain't got the bollocks, and this lot ain't got the bollocks. Because if they did have the bollocks, they would have showed some last night. Don't get me going, people. It's too early. Rodney says, big up, Mark. Big up to you, Rodney. Going to be back later tonight, by the way. Whether it's me and Mark, whether it's Nige jumps on, whether guests jump on, we're going to be back tonight at some stage. Wembley says, key problem, which everyone needs to realise is that the players are rubbish. There you go, mate. Drewler's in. Morning to you, Drewler. I hope you're well. Morning, Cookie and chat. My name is Drewler, and I'm a Spurs fan. Morning to you, Drewler. I hope you're well. Yeah, we did. We did, Finn. You saw it on the touchline there, didn't you? He's going up, up, up. Whether they ignored him or they just couldn't hear him, I don't know, Finn. I don't know. The gap's just too big. It's once, you know, we're oofing the ball out. There's very rarely, there's any a pattern of play to get you out. Look how many times last night Jed Spence got the ball, right? And if it had looked first, could have probably knocked it first time. Yeah? He's receiving the ball, controlling the ball. Then he's looking. And by the time he's looked, they're on him. This is professional footballer. We used to look before, on non-league Saturday afternoon. We used to look before on a Sunday morning. Why ain't they looking? It's basic stuff. How many times did he get pushed back last night with his back facing his own goal again, ending up going down into a corner? And either got robbed or never got it to a Tottenham player. Big up, Finn. Morning to Darren. Darren, hope you're well. Yep, it was, mate. It was. Big up to Ghosted. Hope you're well, mate. You'll be banned in a minute, you swine. Behave yourself. Vindaloo. Dash coming. I saw a video where it seems like Van der Ven was ignoring and not paying any heed to Tudor asking the defence to push up. What do you make of it if that's actually what happened? Listen, if they're ignoring what the manager's requests are, then it's not good, is it, Dash? It's not good. Let's say that. You know, we saw that Van der Ven and Spence got wound up with Frank, walked off ignoring him. At the end of the day, whatever you think of the coach, at least he's on the sideline, not just sitting there with his finger up his nose with an iPad. He's on the sideline encouraging them. Whatever you think of him, whether you think he's shit, good, whatever, at least he's on the, come on, lads, up, 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 up. No, you're all right, boss. We're all right here. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Whatever he said at half time didn't have the slightest, obviously it went in one ear and out the other. Because he must have said something at half time. Big up to you, Dash. Anthony's in. It looked like your players weren't bothered about winning the game. And this is from an Arsenal fan, by the way, because he don't have to say this. He can just say you were shit. We were in second gear and we beat you 4-1. Ta-da. But Anthony comes in as an Arsenal fan and says, it looks like your players wasn't bothered about winning the game and not realising you're in a relegation fight. Mickey Van der Ven ignoring your manager when he told him to get up the pitch. There you go, Anthony. Thanks for the comment, mate. John Atco, speechless. So at home, stupid thing to do. Seeing I had Lee, take it easy, man. Take it easy. All right, mate. It's, you know, the football probably got you upset last night, mate, because I see you in the chat. I see you. Yeah, I know you was upset a bit last night. So take it easy, mate. Chill today at home and get your blood pressure down. All right? Big up to you, Lee. Be careful, mate. Judas, I believe that, Cookie. Players are not interested after watching VDV ignores Igor's demands, tells you everything. I don't know what to say, Drew. It's a catastrophe, isn't it, really? It's a catastrophe. I don't know. If players are going around ignoring the manager anyway, what's the point? What's the point? You know, perhaps they need a massive meeting. Everyone in the same room. Thrash it out. Let the players, you know, in private, no media, thrash out what they're going to do. Because all they're interested in is money. right? Not invested on the pitch properly. And then you've got players that are down on the floor, yeah, that can't understand what's going wrong. Perhaps they can understand, but there's obviously some very, very frustrated players at the football club at the moment. Whether it's the better ones, if you like a Mickey, that's getting frustrated with performances. Perhaps he's finally realised, hang on a minute, these are my teammates, but some of these ain't good enough. Seeing it for himself. I don't know. It's all very strange at Tottenham at the moment for me. So disconnected, not me to the club, but it seems like all different facets of the club are disconnected from each other. And they're not working as one to achieve, and haven't been for a long time, by the way, to achieve a goal. Morning, Paul. Morning, mate. Hope you're well. He says this looks bleak. Lee says we're going down. He's worst team in the league. Can't win a game, Lee says. The players aren't good enough with no fight. Ghosted, the Europa League papered over the cracks of how rubbish we really are. I don't want to go back to the Europa League, mate, because at the end of the day, it was just like that was 3 performances, back to the wall, go and nick a goal. That weren't how we were playing all season in the league. Last season. And then we've come to this season. And it's got no better, really, is it? The thing is, right, is as football fans, sorry when I put my head down, I'm thinking, I don't mean to, and it probably looks quite rude, but I'm not, I'm just thinking about what I'm saying. The problem is that the club itself now has got itself in such a predicament, right, that they've left themselves with 11 games to stay in the league. A change should probably have been done earlier. I said at the West Ham game, that was the first game, as you know, I'd all been to for a very long time. And for 25 years, and it was awful. It was awful. That was a derby. Never got up for that. Chelsea, that was a derby. Never got up for that. How many more games is it that we're not going to get up for? Big up to you, Ghosted. Stig says, morning to you, Stig. The arse would have beaten many a team yesterday, but we didn't help ourselves. Players want to constantly play behind the ball. They're not listening. They better start, mate. Because it's only them that can get us out of this now. They're the ones that are on the field. And all we can do is see what happens, get to Fulham next week. And I don't know, see if the attitude changes, see if anything changes, because I think there's 11 cup finals left. We don't do well at Fulham, generally. We haven't over the last few years anyway. No, it doesn't look like he's a leader on the pitch, mate. It doesn't. It doesn't, David. And you're not the first one that's put in here about. Well, I saw him screaming when I was doing the watch along last night. Right in the bottom of the screen down there, right down here in the bottom, you could see him waving up, and they weren't. You've got to get further up the pitch as a whole, haven't you? Because at the end of the day, if you're lying deep, yeah, you're playing 3 at the back, then your 5 in front of you are going to be deeper. So we're just not far enough up the pitch. We're just not far enough up the pitch. We're not competing when the ball goes up. There's no movement, so it's not as if you can pass your way out. And I said to Nige last night, look at Nige, when Arsenal were knocking it about, I said to him, look, every time they get this out to Saka, he's got 5 yards. Every single time. And they're just so good at what they do, manipulating the ball, that they get him space all the time. I thought we'd learned our lesson a bit first half, to be honest with you, because for the first 20 minutes, we was a bit slack. We weren't tight. You know, and something happened, I can't remember, it was with Spence, he got involved in a tackle that he didn't think was a foul. And then all of a sudden, the players seemed to pick up a little bit. They got a lot tighter. You know, there was a few tackles going in. Not as many as I would have liked to have seen, but again, that's just me. But big up, Dave. Alfie says, we're going down if we play like that every week. It was worse than it was under Frank. Fulham away and Palace at home have to be 4 points minimum. Otherwise, we go down, in my opinion. Got to start getting points from somewhere, Alfie. I just don't know how they're going to do it, mate. Perhaps we come up against a couple of teams that just put as bad performances as we are at the moment, and you nick a win. I don't know. This was a big concern yesterday. I mean, he pretty much did have to play there, but we miss Paulinho when he's not in midfield. That is true. Yeah, Gallagher didn't play well at all yesterday. That weren't the Conor Gallagher that I've seen before. But again, is it down to the quality of the players that they're playing with? I did think Gallagher was dreadful yesterday, I've got to say. He wasn't good at all. Phil says, tickle me Elmo FC, the way Spurs rolled over and let Arsenal beat them. It's not the first time this season, Phil, is it? It's not the first time this season, mate. Lee says he can't see us winning a game. We lose to Fulham and Liverpool. Joey's in. Big up to Joey. I'm sure you watched the game last night, mate. Major issues. Can see the players don't really care. Most have relegation release clauses nowadays. VDV can fuck right off. He's already got his Liverpool shirt on, not listening to the manager. Fair play, Joey. I can't. You know, Joe, I love VDV, but again, and I'm the same as what I've said on any player. If you don't want to be here, yeah, fuck off. Go and do what you're doing. Yeah, just go. Just go. If you don't want to play for the club, go. To me, players that really want to play for the club, when it's going bad, yeah, they'll do everything that they can. And then later on, maybe they'll see the good times. Again, yeah, we've seen it all before with Harry Kane and others. Yeah, why are you still playing at Tottenham? You never win nothing. You're better off leaving. Eventually, Harry did leave. And I'm sure there's a VDVs and Romero and others. You know, the club's got to find out about this stuff. Should be talking to them. And if they don't want to be there, just go. Sell them. Go. Sorry if that sounds harsh. It's just, I think we're all on a bit of a downer this morning, you know. But there's a lot of truth and realism going on in the chat, to be quite honest with you. You know, it's real. It's happening. You know. Morning, Kev. Hope you're well, mate. Morning, Cookie, my good man. He says, took a step back and looking at the reality, Arsenal with a far better side. We have players returning, which will strengthen the team. And that's the only thing that I can say. There are some players coming back. When? Who knows? A lot of players seem to have picked up a lot of serious injuries that have taken them a long time to get back. Let me just get rid of that. But it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for me as a football fan, for me as a Spurs fan, I would imagine for all you lot as Spurs fans. And I'm really stuck. I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. Not in. I'm not talking about next season, the season I'm talking about now. These 11 games. What's the betting? Yeah, if he don't get a point in the next 2 games, they'll get rid of him and get someone else in. What's the betting? Or would you say they'll just stick with him till the end of it? And if we go down, we go down. If we stay up, we stay up. But if they've got any interest in the football at all, they've got to be dealing with stuff. I don't know whether you get extra coaches in. We already seem to have an abundance of coaches everywhere at the football club. Most of them ain't any good. The scouting shit. The owners don't give a toss. And you've got Vinay and Lang still in jobs, even though they're not making decisions. Big up to you, Kev. I think that's Maz. Big up to Maz. Yeah, it was shocking, Maz. It was shocking, mate. You can't lay down like that. And perhaps it is dawning on me now that there's too many in this squad that are just not good enough. I always know there's some. You know what I mean. There's some, but there's too many not putting it in for whatever reason. Oh, Lee. Lee says Pep couldn't manage this lot. It's over. Oh, sorry if there's a few quiet bits in between comments. I'm just I'm pretty flabbergasted to it, and I shouldn't be. And I shouldn't be, because when you think about it logically, you don't expect any other result. But I suppose because it's your team, you expect them to lift their game a little bit. But it didn't happen. Look, 90 of you in here this morning, which is great for the breakfast show. It's growing every day, this show. Yeah. Please hit the subscribe button. Get us to 900. And then we're flying on to 1,000 then. Hit that sub button for us. Hit the like button. Get us to 50 likes. That'll be great. And if you like the video, hype it and put your comments in the comments section afterwards. We'll always get back to you. Always. Phil says it's always the manager's fault, not the players earning thousands a week. Dream job, no accountability. Because Igor, if he lasts the 12 games, stay up, go down. He's off. No doubt he'll get a little bonus for keeping us up if that's how it works out. Joey says this group think they are better than they are. They've had it far too easy for too long. Players are the problem. Owners are the problem. They've allowed this to happen. And also, on top of that, Kane and Son, as Ghosted put earlier on, yeah, covering the cracks. You get away with a lot more when you've got 2 geezers with the GA that they had. But they're gone. They're not here no more. And at the end of the day, it's down to the football club to bring in. You're not going to bring in another Harry Kane. You know what I mean? There's not one out there. But you've got to. And this is where scouting comes in properly. And we're not replacing players, but there's positions that we still haven't replaced players that we're short in. And it's just negligence at the end of the day. It's just negligence from the club to be in the position that we're in now. Big up, Joe. Big up, mate. Yeah, it's always the hope that kills you. Unfortunately, it is. And again, you know, I predicted 1-1 yesterday. Did I truly believe we could get a 1-1 draw? Probably not. Probably not. You know, but again, it's probably the hope. Oh, yeah, new managers in, new way of playing. Surely it will lift the players. It'll equal it out a little bit. We know Arsenal are better than us, but perhaps that fight and that passion might just equal it out a bit and you come away with something. Or you've put a performance in, you might have lost. Yeah, you lose 2-1, 1-0, whatever it is. But at least you've had a go. There was a little go in the first half last night after the first 20 minutes. And then it whatever that little go was just died away. It was gone. Just gone. And it's just in second gear, Arsenal. I'm sorry to say it. I don't even think they was anywhere near fourth. Nowhere near. And that's how far we are away, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is how far we are away. There's a lot of not happy people in here this morning, I'll tell you that. I'm going to put it out there right now, Mario says. I don't think we can win another game this season. May scrape a couple of draws here and there, but can't see any of these players getting across the line for a win. It looks like that at the moment, Mario. Again, it's, you know, we can all sit here and say the players ain't good enough, but someone's got to do something, whatever that is, to change it, you know, which would be virtually impossible. You're not changing the mentality of these players. I think they're buried in it. Absolutely buried in it. And this is what I say. I don't know what Tudor does now. I don't know what he does. All he can do is get on the training ground, work. I don't know what else he can do. Whether that makes any difference or not to any other games this season, I doubt it. I doubt it very much. But there you go. Joey says, I now want relegation. Fuck the owners, fuck the players, fold the club. For all I give a shit now. Rebuild top to bottom is needed. Yeah, agreed, Joey. Or just sell it. Just sell it and go. That would be the easiest way now, Joey. You know, we're fighting to get them out. Right? But the easiest thing would be for them just to sell. And I know it's not that easy. You know, Levy's got this bit, the club's got that, and it's all, yeah, I get it. I understand it. But surely, you know, who wants him here? Who wants Enoch here at our club? You know, and people have said before, oh, be careful what you wish for. You never know who's coming, where it's got to surely be better than this on all levels. And surely as well, I've got to say that because our club is fractured and broken in different parts of the club, surely it's better to have it aligned, because if it's aligned, everyone knows what the goal is, the business runs smoother and makes more money, which is what they want. So it's almost like they really got custodians, if you like, in charge of the club now with whoever the people they're putting up there, all the finance people, all the money men, all that shit. Right. But what happened to having people at a football club that knew football? John, appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks, mate. Nice one, fella. Kev, we do. But can you honestly sit here now and say, yeah, we'll beat them 3, or we'll get, I don't know, even if you said 2 wins and a loss, let's say 2 wins and a loss, you got 6 points out of those 3 games. Who are we beating out of them, Kev, on last night's performance? Because we go to Fulham, we get beat. If you turn up like that against Palace, whatever situation they're in, they'll have a go. And you know Forest are in the doo-doos, and Forest will know how to come and beat Spurs. Trust me, they will. With Nuno as manager. So I don't know. So, someone said last night, we're so shit at home, perhaps we've got to, rely on the away form to get us out of it. I've never seen such a home record as what we've got this season. It is truly abysmal. Truly abysmal. And I ain't being funny. It's not like they're going, there's a few Spurs fans going every week and they're playing in front of 500. 62,000 people in the stadium every week. 62,000 people recognising that the chances are that you lot ain't good enough. Big up, Kev. Niall's in. Big up, Niall. I hope you're well, mate. If I'm being honest, he says, I was 100% convinced that it was Frank holding us back. I was wrong. The lack of application and fight for the North London derby scares me. Me too, Niall. Me too, mate. I promised I wouldn't have a mental on here this morning because there's no point. There's no point me coming on here at 9 o'clock in the morning and going spare because it ain't going to change anything right now. I'll save all that for evening shows. We'll have a show tonight at some stage. And I'll get stuck into it then. We'll get some people on that can give their opinion. We'll probably do an open phone line job again. But come on and have your say later on. No, it does me as well, mate. I don't know now. No one trusts Lang. No one trusts Lang anymore. Or Vinay, Lee. No one does. No one does, mate. Jay says these players aren't up for the fight. You're right about a lot of them wanting out. It looks that way, Jay, doesn't it? It just don't look like they're committed at all. Doesn't look like they're committed at all. Joey says, too many fannies at the club and far too many in the stands nowadays arguing because I tried to get Enoch out chant going. Good for you, Joey. And I suppose they're all sitting around you fucking trying to shut you down, aren't they? Because they don't care, Joe. They just want to go and watch the football. They don't care, win, lose, draw. They don't care, mate. Honestly, they don't. And I truly believe that. I've said before, I've been on the train. When I was on the train home on the West Ham game, and there's, parents with 14, 15, 12-year-old kids. We've just beat 2-1, and they're on the train. Wasn't it good, son? Did you enjoy it? Talk to him about the game. Not when it good, son. We just got beat 2-1 by the spammers. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of other comments I'd heard as well, like loads of stuff. And you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. And I think a lot of fans just don't look into it as deeply as what a lot of us do. It's just mad. It honestly is mad. Big up, Phil. Fans want relegation, says Ghosted. They can't even build a team with what we have now, let alone when we have worse championship level players. Yeah, well, God knows what'll happen, mate, if we go down. God knows what. It'll be an absolute catastrophe over this summer. You know, and last summer we're talking about bringing the likes of Semenyo's in and in January and all that old baloney. Yeah, you think we were talking about players like that? Wait and see what you get if we go down. Ange says should never have sacked Hands. Players have checked out. Comments on a postcard. Ghosted says, Ange, I'm not getting on to Ange. I'll read this one. Ange should have been sacked. The problem was not signing top players and hiring another mid-manager after him. There you go. Darren says, hit the lights. Come on, people. Smash that like button. Hit that sub button for us, please. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much in advance. Drula says the squad is too soft. Zero competition for spots, so players don't even have to fight for their place. It's been made way too easy. No wonder they don't give a damn. This mess is on the board. And we're getting a lot of that today coming through, aren't we? I think maybe people are finally beginning to, and I'm not talking about the people in here, but I'm talking about, you know, you go through it, don't you? You blame the manager for the performances. When do you get to the players? When does it get to the stage where you think, Jesus, it ain't the manager, or it may be partly to do with the manager. It is this lot. It's the players that they've assembled. It's the mentality throughout the squad. Where am I? I was there. Mario says, dropping like a stone. Us, the fans, will suffer if we go down, but a little bit of me will say, those effing pricks upstairs deserve it and can deserve all they get. Sell up. Yeah. Listen, Mario, we all need to get, if possible, to the protests. Right? I think the protests maybe need to be set up a month in advance. Pick a game further down the road. You know, it don't matter if we get 2 wins before, say like a Forest game or the next home game after that. Arrange it, keep pumping it out there, let everyone know about it. And if fans don't turn up now, right, they never will. They never will. Unfortunately. Yeah, agreed, Ghosted. Agreed with that, mate. Some fans deserve relegation, Joey says. For years, we tried to tell them about Enid. They defended them and they still are. Scummed a lot of them. We protested opposite the shop and got ridiculed every time. Big up, mate. Big up to you. There you go. That'll cure it, wouldn't it? I'd have 13 of their squad players. But this is what I was saying last night, Kev. Because they've built such a squad, they could have 10, 11, 12 injuries. But they're so deep, yeah, with their squad and the quality of it, that you could take all those players that are probably not even in the match day squad and the ones that are on the bench and make a very, very, very good first team out of it. Because that's what they've done. They get problems. They've got someone of a similar ilk to come in and take the mantle over of that player. Big up, Nigel. You're all right, mate. Morning Cookie says, sorry for no live internet being a dick. Yeah, smash these likes all. Yeah, absolutely. I reckon we've got more than 28 likes now, Drula. I reckon we've got more than 28 likes now. We're an hour in. I'm only going to go for another quarter of an hour. Sorry if I jump a few comments. Yep, subscribe to everyone. Absolutely, Phil. Everyone. And you lot will know probably that Sava's on at 11:45. I haven't got the redirect on because Mark sets all that up, but I'll make sure I finish dead on the dot at 2:45. And then by the time you lot get over there, Sava should just be up and running if that's where you go. So if you don't mind, when you do get over there, just even though I haven't set the redirect, for those that do go, stick 2 Mark's raid in for us. Really appreciate that if you did. Thank you very much. Spurs to charge the highest prices in the Championship next season. So they've fixed the price fill now, right? They've frozen the price. So if we go down, do they change the price again? Do they drop it again? Or do they just leave it and it is what it is and they'll feel it out as they go on next season? I don't know if it just stays as it is. Big up, Footy Bants. Hope you're all right, mate. If you lot get relegated, he says, Vinay's work would be complete. What were you guys thinking with that appointment? I ain't got no idea, mate. No idea. No idea. Again, not really a football person, Footy Bants, is he? He's not. They say he is, but he's not, is he? We ain't got no one in there that can even find a player. I'm sure we could all sit there and scouts looking at all the best players in the world going around in a circle. Oh, yeah, we can get him. No, you can't get him. You need to lower your sights now about where you're going to get football players because no one's coming to Tottenham. No very good player is coming to Tottenham. So the only way this gets rebuilt now is little steps, tiny little steps. And you buy players for what you need at the time, whether we stay in the Premier League, whether we go down. But if we go down, it's going to take a while. It'll be a good few years. And there's nothing to say that we bounce straight back up again either. That is what it is. Big up to Razzle. Morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. Ledo says we deserve to get relegated at this point. Fair play. I don't even know. Look, I'm 40 minutes behind on the chat. I'm so sorry, everyone. I would never get through all these anyway. You lot put so many comments in. It's amazing. Look, I'm still flicking them up now while I've been talking to you. Big up to all of you, everyone that's in here. If I've missed anyone, which I no doubt will, listen, hello to Kate. Big up to you, Kate. Morning. Golden Sun's in. Big up to you, Golden. Dennis is in. Big up to you, Dennis. Hope you're well. Stokes is in. Big up. Phil's in. Billy Andrews. Love to see you all in here. Great stuff. Angie's in. Marianne's in. Who else? Is there anyone else? Wembley's in. Big up to all you lot. I can't get to and talk about everything because it's just so much of it. So much of it. Wembley says, trouble is 3 of our remaining away games, Liverpool, Villa and Chelsea, are complete write-offs, and I can't see us getting anything at Sunderland either. So basically then, if we can't pick the form up away from home, Wembers, we're in trouble, aren't we? Because we ain't winning at home. We're not winning at home, are we, mate? It doesn't matter who comes at the moment. Bottom, top, middle, we can't win. Billy says Enoch deserve relegation, but true fans don't. This is an utter shambles. Agreed, mate. Agreed. Thing is, though, John, I don't want to go down, mate. I'll fight tooth and nail to stay up. Just for the fact of as being nothing to do with Enoch, nothing to do with the players, just personal pride, mate. Just personal pride. I don't want to see my football club go down. I really don't. But again, that's me. A lot of people will say, do you know what? Let it go. Hopefully they'll sell it and we can start again. Why do we need to get to that point? Why do we need to go down? Why are they putting us in that position that we could go down? They're just negligent. It's the only word I can use. Yeah, keep hitting that button for us, people. See if you can get us up to 70 or 80 likes. That would be great. Anyone who hasn't, be brilliant. But thank you for the 50. We love that. And keep subbing. Here's another one for you. Look, when I come on this morning, we was 15 short of 900. See how close you can get us to 900. That would be great. Thanks again, everyone. Today's big word on Sesame Street is preposterous. I've seen, what have I seen today on thumbnails, Phil? Monstrosity. I saw that on a thumbnail today, which is fair dues, isn't it? After that yesterday. Fair dues after that yesterday. Kate, it is going to hurt them in the pocket, but the thing is, you see, because they're money people, right? If they're not making it on the football, they'll work out a way to make it elsewhere. Because that's what they do. And the problem is, because they haven't got football people there, Kate, the talk's not about football. It's about money. Because that's all they're interested in, Kate. You know that. And the big problem we've got is because the football people are not in the hierarchy of the club as such. There's not enough of them. I think there's only one proper one, the Mawson bloke from City. But Lang, Vinay, what are they doing? Fuck off, pair of you. Just go. Just get rid of them. I'd rather have no one there till the end of the season. To be quite honest, I'll go without a DOF till the end of the season because he ain't helping Tudor. Vinay ain't helping Tudor. So fuck them off. Go without it. Yeah. And let him get on with his job. And then that gives you a bit of breathing space then to get the right people in as director of football and CEO or whatever you want to call them, stealing a living, thieving money, because that's what I feel like they're doing. DJ's in, big up to you, mate. He says, I'm sick to death of this ownership. Their total lack of football knowledge astounds me. Hiring a manager who has no knowledge of the Prem and the players we have, Harry Redknapp was the only choice. Unfortunately, DJ, I think the problem is with Premier League football today, he would have struggled to keep up with it. I said I'd have took an Harry Redknapp. He don't have to come in every day from wherever he is, down Portsmouth Way, whatever it's called, Sandbanks or whatever it is. It's a long way to come every day. No doubt he'd have a driver. He wouldn't have to drive himself, you know, but come in 2 or 3 times a week, deal with what you've got to deal with, and then have someone else that will, I don't know, pass along your instructions on the days that you're not there. Because you would have made it clear anyway what you want in training. Get a Roy Keane in, someone like that. That's what I would have done. Harry and Roy Keane. But that's just me, because I want someone in there that's got a mentality of winning. As good as Harry is as a coach, and he has won a few bits and bobs, right? But you get someone in there like a winner. It doesn't have to be Roy Keane. Get a winner in there, yeah, that has that mentality that can help get you over the line in these 11 games. But we ain't got none of that. We've got nothing. There's no one. And this is the problem, I think. I think the players know that all the people that are running the club are fucking negligent. Perhaps it's dawned on them. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. We can all see it out here. We can see what they're doing. There's thousands of us out here that can see what's going on. So perhaps the players are, oh, it don't matter. Like someone said in the film, we've got relegation clauses. fuck Tottenham. We just get our claws in and go. But it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Listen, I'm going to wrap up now. Get yourselves over to Savers or wherever you go. Go and make yourselves a quick cup of tea for the next couple of minutes and get over to Savers. Stick in there. I can't redirect because I would. But, yeah, stick the 2 marks in for us and it just pushes it out to people. Big up to all the chat today. The messages have been absolutely unbelievable. And at one stage, there was nearly 100 of you in here. And it's very rare for the breakfast show. I hope you've all enjoyed it, what we've spoke about so far. What I will say to you is all at your notification bells. We will go live at some stage tonight, but Mark don't get home from work till later. Nigel ain't been very well, and there's others that will want to come on, I know. So hit your notification bell. We'll find a gap later on, and we will be on later on this evening, and we'll get more into it. But big up to you all. Thanks for being here today. And as always, a despondent cookie says, come on, you Spurs. See you all soon. Love to you all.
Cookie and the share.